to graph lines in standard form. Remember, to make standard form to graphic, we're going to switch it to y equal mx plus b. But you can also use the a, the b, and the c, ax plus by equals c, in standard form to get the slope, the x-intercept, and the y-intercept. So let's rock and roll with today's lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to learn more about the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. So let's rock and roll. We're going to have F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. So I'm going to start recording, or I will be doing all this for nothing. I've done so good today. So the x-intercept is known as the 0, and it's on the x-axis. So think about this. The x-intercept is going to be on the x-axis, and the y-intercept is going to be on the y-axis. So to get to the x-intercept, I'm going to go left or right, but I will not go up or down, will I? So your x-intercept is going to be some number, comma, 0. That's the input, spell it right, that equals 0. So your 0, your x-intercept, is the number you plug into the equation and pull out a 0. That is a big number. That's going to be the answer to many of the equations we do. The y-intercept is known as the starting number. Technically, it's what you start with on your amount of whatever y is. When we do word problems, this is going to make sense. So to get to this starting number, I will not go left or right. I'll only go up or down. So your starting number is going to be 0, comma, something. And it's what you start with the y, okay? That's going to be your starting number. And this will make a lot of sense when we get to word problems, like I said. Now then, let's rock and roll. These are two important points of the line. The other important point is the slope. So you need to know how to get the slope, the x-intercept, and y-intercept from the equation or graph of a line. Or even a table. Now then, let's do this one. And like I said, the x-intercept is x, comma, 0, and the y-intercept 0, comma, y. Now then, what are they on this one? Circle them. This is your x-intercept. This is your y-intercept. This is kind of what we were doing on the lessons. The y-intercept is going to be 3, and the x-intercept is going to be 2. So my x-intercept is 2, and my y-intercept is 3. And remember, the 2 is called the 0, and that 3 will turn into the starting number when we read word problems. So the x-intercept is your 0. That's the number you plug in to generate a 0. Let's continue on. This is going to be a real quick, easy lesson. Now then, in a table, this ordered pair has a 0 and this ordered pair has a 0. So the top is x, the bottom's y. This ordered pair would be 0, comma, 3, and this ordered pair would be 6, comma, 0. So which one would be the x-intercept? This means if you input 6, you equal 0. So this is your x-intercept, which is going to be 6. This number right here is your starting number in it. That's what the 0 is equal to. So if you input 0, you start off at -3, okay? Let's take this one step further. Now the x's are skipping, so we won't do it. Okay, let's continue on. So we just found the x-intercept from a graph and from a table. Okay? Now then we're going to do this. Find the x-intercept, and there's two ways to do it. The first way is to graph it, okay? So right here, we're going to put 3x plus 4y equals 24. This is the hard way to do it. We're going to move over the 3x. 4y equals -3x plus 24. And then we divide by 4, don't we? And we get y equals -3 over 4x plus 6, don't we? Okay, so my y-intercept is 6. So I'm going to go up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a dot. And then my slope tells me to go down 3, right 4. I'm going to repeat the process, down 3, right 4, and bam, there's my x-intercept. Okay, so from my graph, I can get the y-intercept, which is 6, and my x-intercept is 8. So my x-intercept is 6, and my y-intercept is 8. Now then, this is really hard, and you're going to have to do this later on. To get your x-intercept from this, write this down, y equal -3 over 4x plus 6. This is where this is going to get hard. Your x-intercept is the number that produces a 0. So put a 0 in here. Now then we need to solve this for x. So I'm going to move this 6 across. I'm going to get negative 6x equals negative 3 over 4x. Now then, on your Inspire calculator, we need to divide by negative 3/4. Do negative 6 divided by negative 3/4. On your Inspire calculator, negative 6 divided by negative 3/4. If you do that arithmetic, the answer will be a positive 8. Okay, so one way you could get your x-intercept is to take the y equal mx plus b, replace the y with 0, and solve it for x. Basically, you're taking that negative 3/4 and multiplying it by the reciprocal there. Now then, the more power way to do this, write down a, b, and c. A is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, c is equal to 24, right? And remember from the notes you did yesterday, your x-intercept is c over a. So my c is 24, my a is 6, and my a is 3. And guess what 24, I'm sorry, I got this backwards. The x-intercept is 8 and the y-intercept 6. I did that on purpose to see if you're paying attention. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And my y-intercept is going to be c over b, which is 24 divided by 4, which is 6 in it. So it's a lot easier to do c over a and c over b in it. If you do c over a and c over b, bam, you got your intercepts. Oh, 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 oh. That's what makes standard powerful. Because in standard form, you can get your x-intercept and your y-intercept. In mx plus b, you only get the y-intercept, and you got to solve for the x-intercept. So from now on, I'm just going to do c over a and c over b in standard to get my intercepts. So let's go to the next one. Okay, on this one right here, I'm going to do it both ways. So let's get standard first. I want x, y equal the number, right? I'm going to move this 4 across. And I'm going to write down 2x minus 2y equals 4. Now then, to graph this, let's make this slope-intercept. So write down 2x minus 2y equals 4, and we're going to solve for y. So I'm going to take the 2x, move it across, and divide by negative 2. I'm going to move the 2x across and divide by negative 2. So move the 2x across, and then divide by negative 2, and I'll get y equals x minus 2 on it. Now then, let's graph this line. The m is equal to 1, and the b is equal to negative 2 in it. So the starting number is negative 2. So I'm going to go to the y-axis, draw a dot at negative 2, and my slope is 1, which tells me up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. So I'm going to go from the starting number, not the origin, up 1, right 1, and I'm going to keep drawing my dots. And these are going to go through every single grid point. Go backwards, draw the other array. Make those dots go all the way across the page. That's going to teach you to get that slope. Remember, every dot's up 1, right 1. Connect the dots. Circle the y-intercept and the x-intercept. The y-intercept's negative 2, the x-intercept's 2 in it. So my 0 is my x-intercept. That's going to be 2, and my y-intercept, or my initial condition, which is the starting number, my initial condition is negative 2. Now then, let's do this with more power. Write down A, B, and C. Let me do it right down here. So A, B, and C. So my x-intercept is going to be C over A, which is going to be 4 over 2, which is equal to 2 in it. My y-intercept is going to be C over B, which is equal to 4 divided by negative 2, which is equal to the negative 2 in it. So C over A is the x-intercept, C over B is the y-intercept. Oh, 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 oh. That's more power. Now then, let's go to this one. This is almost in slope-intercept. So let's get this. Right now, y equal 5 minus x. The x and the 5 need to be flipped, but they don't need to move across, do they? So the signs won't change. So right now, y equal negative x plus 5. And remember, that's a negative 1x in it. So my slope is going to be negative 1, which is down 1, right 1, right? Down 1, right 1. And my y-intercept is 5 in it. So I'm going to start at 5, put a dot at the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's really not that much math in this. And then my slope, down 1, right 1. And I'm just going to do this. Then I'm going to repeat the process and go backwards. Dun, 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 dun. This right here is going to be my x-intercept in it. Oh. Now then connect the dots. Circle your x-intercept and your y-intercept. My x-intercept is -5 and my y-intercept is -5, isn't it? Ho, 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 ho. Now then, let's go over here. The x-intercept's -5. The y-intercept's -5. Let's switch this to standard. So write down y equal 5 minus x, and the x has to go first, doesn't it? So write down x plus y equals 5. That means a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to 5, isn't it? Do that backwards. Jiminy Crickets, I graphed this wrong. Unbelievable. I did that on purpose to see if you're paying attention. Mr. Toops is Saturday here. Not good. The y-intercept's 5 in it. So I put it at -5. I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to do my slope, which is down and over, right? So sorry about that. Y'all are like, Mr. Toots, you're confusing us. Doing it on purpose to see if you're catching on. So this is my x-intercept, my y-intercept. It's 5 and 5, right? Not -5 and -5. So now you know why you do pencil or use math with pencil, so you get erased. Oh, so my y-intercept was 5, my x, and then I went down 1, right 1, and went to my x-intercept at 5, right? Now then if I do c over a, and c over b, I'm going to get 5 over 1 and 5 over 1, aren't I? And that gives me those intercepts. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, on the next page, you're going to have an amazing homework. I'm sorry I messed that up. Keeping it straight there. Remember, math teachers intentionally mess up to see if you're paying attention. Even virtually, they do that. Oh, let me stop recording this so it will start rendering so I could watch the football game today. Kind of want to get that done. Have a wonderful day. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.